Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to another episode here on True Confessions, Naija. The confession you're about to listen to comes from a message we received from one of our brothers, and the message reads like this. Hello, Uncle Ori. I don't even know where to begin. My chest is heavy, and every night I struggle to fall asleep. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I see sadness standing in my room. Sometimes I hear whispers that are not even there. And sometimes I hear the voices of my own family members crying out to me in pain. I am 29 years old. I live here in South Africa, in one of the provinces. On the outside, if you look at me, you will think I'm just a young, hardworking man. I run a hair salon here. I'm back home in Zimbabwe. I own 3 very good and luxurious salons. Business is booming. Rich people come there. They sit in my chairs. They get their hair and nails done. They laugh, they drink, they take selfies. To the outside world, I'm a success story, a village boy who made it. But today, my brother, I want to confess to you and to anyone who listens, because the truth is, behind all this money, behind all the smiles, behind my fancy shoes and clean suits, there is darkness, pure evil, and this darkness follows me everywhere I go. When I first came to South Africa, I came as a professional. I had my qualifications, I had my papers. I had dreams of finding a good job, but as you know, in this country, it's not easy for a foreigner. They will always put South Africans first. No matter your degree, no matter your experience, you'll be at the back of the line. I tried, my brother. I applied for jobs. I queued. I submitted CV after CV, but nothing was working. I was running out of money, and depression was creeping in. Uncle Ori, that is when I met my old university friend, a lady I had studied with. She was running a small spa, and she told me to come around. Maybe I could learn something. At first, I just went there to hang out, to pass the time. But when I saw how money was flowing in, how women were paying for pedicures, massages, and hair, I became interested. She said she could teach me hairdressing. At first, I laughed. Me, the hairdresser? But I was desperate, my brother. I had no other choice, and so I humbled myself and started learning. It was not easy. My hands would shake when holding the scissors. I'll cut hair unevenly. I'll mix the wrong relaxer. Sometimes clients would get angry, but with time, I improved. I started to fall in love with the craft. I told myself, if this is the path that God has given me, then let me walk it. But then, my friend started dating a local man. This man did not trust me. He thought I wanted his woman. He told her to cut me off, and just like that, I found myself on the streets, alone, betrayed, with no place to walk. I started renting chairs in other people's salons, pay a fee, work on the clients, and move out. Life was hard. Sometimes I'll go home with nothing. Other times, during festive seasons, I'll make enough to survive. One thing I discovered here in South Africa is that there are many cultures. Different people from Congo, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and of course, locals. We would sit and talk while waiting for clients. That's how I met a Congolese man, someone who changed my life forever. This man told me about something they use back in DRC Congo, a charm. They call it H. He said it's used by prostitutes to attract clients. But he also told me if I could get this charm, I could attract customers for my business. At first, I laughed it off. How can a cream or a charm bring customers? But then, I remembered how empty my pockets were. How every night I slept hungry. Desperation, my brother, will make you consider things you once thought were foolish. So I asked him to help me. He said he hadn't been back into Congo in years, so he didn't have it. But I was in a WhatsApp group with cross-border truck drivers. I put a message there, asking if anyone could bring this H from Congo. One driver agreed, but he charged me a lot, saying it was dangerous to carry such things across the border. My Congolese friend and I contributed money together. Finally, the driver delivered the H. My friend prepared it for us. He mixed it with Nivea Q10 cream. He told me, every morning, when you go to work, rub this on your forehead. You will see what happens. I tried it, and my brother, it worked. Wherever I went, confusion would follow. People would argue, fight, lose focus. And in that confusion, I was the one who would shine. Customers started flooding to me. Money started coming in. But there was a catch. If I took money from my pocket without instructing it properly, chaos would break out. One day, I gave a taxi driver a note without whispering to it first, and suddenly, the whole taxi was in confusion. People were shouting, fighting. When I asked for my money back, peace returned. That's when I learned, you just don't spend money. You talk to it, you whisper, go, buy this, but don't return with more. It was crazy, but it was real. Soon, my Congolese friend and I started fighting over clients. He was jealous. I was jealous. We parted ways. After that, my luck began to vanish. Customers stopped coming. I suspected he had cut me off spiritually. Out of frustration, I visited a South African traditional healer. She was well known in the CBD. She asked me if I wanted to be rich. I said yes. She asked me if I wanted small boys. I didn't know what that meant, but she explained they are spiritual beings, toys who bring money if you feed them. At first I was scared, but she said they wouldn't hurt me. I just had to feed them hair from my salon once or twice a month. Simple, I agreed. That was the day I sold my soul. After I started feeding them, I noticed strange things. Two shadows would appear in my bedroom. Sometimes they were small, sometimes they grew big, and when they appeared, money would follow, piles of cash out of nowhere. I went back to the herbalist and she told me, those are your small boys, respect them, provide what they ask. At first, they only wanted chicken blood. It was easy, but then they started demanding more. In dreams, they came to me as short old men trapped in young bodies. They spoke, asking for wives and husbands. That's when things got dark. They showed me visions of my own cousin sister as a bride. They said she must be the wife of one of them. They showed me my elder brother as the husband of the other. They told me to send them clothes, a wedding dress and a suit. If they accepted, spiritually, they would be married. I did it, Uncle Ori. I sent those clothes from South Africa to Zimbabwe. My family wore them happily, thinking it was just a gift. But in reality, I had tied them spiritually to my small boys. After that, the demands grew. Chicken blood was no longer enough. They wanted goats. Then they wanted more. Finally, they told me, if you give us the blood of a relative, that is your own relative, we will not disturb you for years. I resisted at first, but temptation overcame me. I wanted riches, wealth. I wanted success. I wanted to be the man people respected. And so, I chose a relative. I sacrificed them. That was the moment my 3 luxurious salons in Zimbabwe were born. That was the day I became super rich, but also the day I became cursed. Now, many years later, the small boys have returned. They no longer bring me money. Instead, they stand in my room, whispering, crying, demanding blood. They are starving, Uncle Ori. They say it's time again. Every time I close my eyes, I see their faces. Every time I hold money, I feel their presence. I thought wealth would bring me peace, but instead, I am a prisoner. I confess today because maybe someone listening will learn. Don't rush into shortcuts. Don't rush into charms. Don't sell your soul for quick success, because at the end of the day, you may gain the world, but you will lose yourself. Uncle Ori, this is my story. This is my confession. Whether you judge me or not, I don't care anymore. All I want is peace. All I want is freedom. Thanks for letting me open up. I'll be following the conversation in the comment section to learn your views. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brothers. Let us try to talk to him in the comment section. Wow. Things they really happen for this our world. Now, wow.